How is your stomach?
You hear it.
Yes, I can. And I can smell it. Will you be...
Sure.
No smoking. A 5-digit combination lock. I can... The room is being monitored by several cameras, and on top of that, the strict no smoking rules. Wonder what they are storing in here. I think someone got a good discount by ordering these signs by the dozen. A crane for heavy boxes, and probably also military equipment. Hello.
Get out of my face.
They both look as if they are very unpleasant characters. Hello.
So, comrade, are you coming with us to Tunguska?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what a person will do for a couple extra rubles at the end of the month. I also need the permit.
Damn. I must have left it in the changing rooms, but I don't have to go all the way back there again, do I?
Yes, you do. Sorry, comrade, but I unfortunately can't do anything about it. If it were up to me, I would let you in, even without it. But it's unfortunately not up to me. The FSB guys would bite my head off if they found out.
Oh, come on. Nobody has to find out about it.
No, I'd rather not risk it. I heard Solotov screaming. Poor guy.
Solotov? What about him? Where is he?
In the game room. I think they really put him through the ringer. So hurry up and go get the permit. You still have a few minutes. And while you're at it, try to see if you can find the train driver. We've somehow lost him. I had him paged a few times already, but he simply isn't responding. I would look for him myself, but I can't leave my station. And hurry, we're already running late.
Isn't the train driver here yet?
No.
Maybe you should have him paged again.
Okay, but I don't think it'll do much good. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He still isn't here yet.
Again?
Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it either.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and pronto?
Let's hope that it works.
Do you know what the agents are doing here?
Working, I suppose?
No. Really?
We're all just doing our job here, and most of them are also really nice. They're people just like you and me.
I suppose you're right. I think I can save myself the question about the FSB people. No one dares to say a word that is in any way interesting. Is everybody already on board?
Yes, almost. We're still missing a couple guys from the FSB, but otherwise everyone should be here.
And all the scientists, too?
Of course. They were all brought on board as soon as we started boarding. Weren't you here yet?
No, obviously not. Were there any problems?
No, not really. But some of them were bound so tightly that they didn't have much of a chance to resist.
Oh, yeah? Good thing, too. Have they all been put into one compartment?
I don't think so, but I don't exactly know for sure. What do you care? You're only responsible for your section and not for the entire group.
Yes, I'm really happy about that. If they so much as touch Daddy... Hopefully, I'll get into the right compartment. And if I don't, how do I find out where Daddy is? And how do I get there? Well, I'll have to think about that as soon as I get on board. Tell me, do you know why the train is so heavily guarded?
You already know that, don't you? They explained it to us several times. Even if I don't really believe everything.
For example?
For example, that the captive scientists were all spies for the enemy. But whatever, that's not my concern.
What do you suspect?
No idea. I just think it's strange that they're being brought to a research station now. Maybe they aren't supposed to do any research there.
What then? Tell me.
Who knows what they'll do with them there. But let's change the subject, because I'd rather not think about it.
No, neither do I. Then I'll begin the search.
Good luck.
They are taking tanks along on a research trip? Just what did I get involved in here?
There seem to be deployment orders in there. Obviously, throughout the whole train journey,
They're expecting trouble from some kind of terrorists. That's why it says in the deployment orders that all irregularities must be reported immediately.
I'm obviously not the only uninvited participant in this excursion. There is something here about the exceptional treatment of special guests. Does that... I'd better hurry. How is your stomach?
You here?
Yes, I can. Did you manage to get...
No. I'm afraid it's swimming somewhere in the sewer system.
And no key, no...
Without that key,
If I get the dying urge to try a new perfume... Will you be...
sure.
A two-way radio. There is a sticker on the back with the number 15 on it. The stocking is still relatively clean. I wouldn't want to wear it anymore. If I turn on that valve now, the key will simply be washed through the distributor there and into the sewer. Once it's in there, I will never ever find it again. I hardly believe that the stocking will withstand the oncoming masses of water. It will get washed away with the rest.
Hopefully the stocking is of a known brand, otherwise the whole effort will have been for nothing.
So, that should do the trick.
I assume that this pipe is for wastewater from the station.
The key to the motorcycle. Some of the soldiers have. There is nothing swimming around in there apart from a few
I assume that this pipe is...
It stinks. The key is wriggling in the net. The rest inside, I'll just try to ignore.
Here, I have your key. There are also several other things inside the stocking. You'll have to get the key out yourself, though.
You're a dear. No, really. You really saved my ass. Give me another 2 minutes, then I'm finished here and we can finally go.
And my reward?
Reward? You saved my ass. Isn't the feeling of having done something good enough for you?
Yes, of course.
Do you still need more?
No, I'm almost finished. Then we can...
Hi.
Hello. Don't forget.
Isn't the train driver?
No.
Maybe you should have him paid.
Okay. But I don't think... 17 calling?
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He's...
Again?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and pronto?
Let's hope that it works. Good luck.
A two-way radio. There is a sticker on.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget. Hunky. The photo.
A two-way radio. Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number 48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
What exactly do I want? A 5-digit combination.
Okay, action. This is number 23. Calling number 8. Come in, please.
Who are you? You're using the wrong frequency. Get off.
Damn.
Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number 7. Come in, please. No answer. Okay, this is 15. Calling number 2. Come in, please. No answer. Okay, action. This is 15. Calling number 8. Come in, please. No answer. Okay, this is 15. Calling 31. Come in, please. No answer. Okay, this 5th calling 40. Come in.
Central here, what is it?
What exactly do I want to do? It might help if I thought about that for a moment. A 5-digit combination.
A two-way radio. There is a sticker on the back. Hi.
Hello.
Isn't the train...
No.
Maybe?
Okay. But I don't think... 17 calling 48.
48 here, what
Could you page our friend?
again?
Yeah,
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his...
let's hope that...
Then I'll be.
Good luck.
If I'm going to try my luck as radio operator, then not everybody.
Okay, this is 15. Calling number 23. Come in, please. No answer.
There's nothing useful in here. I think it's broken. Considering the contents, that. The photo is a bit. The way he looks, he surely is no. A guy who looks so good is definitely a fan of the wrong.
Hunky.
The photo.
I'd better get changed again. The guard on the side entrance would start asking all sorts of questions if he suddenly saw me in uniform. Okay, action. This is number... two. Calling number... 48. Come in, please.
Who are you? You're using the wrong frequency.
Damn.
Okay, action. This is number... 15. Calling number... 48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Can I ask you...
Sure, anytime. I'm bored anyway.
The two men that you came here with,
Psst, we should only talk about them behind closed doors. Or better yet, not at all.
oh, they are from the Secret Service. FSB, aren't they?
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So can I.
Okay, I understand. But you could at least tell me their names, couldn't you?
If you'll leave me alone about it after I do.
I promise.
Good. Fitizov and Radenkov.
And who is who?
I kept my promise. Now stop asking me questions. Just because you don't care about your health doesn't mean that I don't care about mine.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Okay, this is 50. Calling number 48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
Headquarters.
Please page both agents Fedosov and Radinkov. They should report immediately to the guard on duty in the freight compartment at the rear end of the train.
Okay.
Next time, I should think beforehand about what to say. It seems it worked out anyway.
I better put the uniform on again. Solitow. The poor guy looks really badly beaten up. A car battery. The connected cables make me think that Solitow has had a few electric shocks delivered to him.
Hopefully, they'll get the poor guy to a hospital on that one.
Crushed syringes. I don't know what... Is that Solitow's blood? He doesn't seem to have any open wounds, but the blood is still fresh. Smoking allowed? So there's one rule for the ladies and gents of the Secret Service and another for the rest of the population. Is that Solitow's blood? He's still breathing, but several bones appear to be broken. Also, bad burning on his torso. It looks like he has been tortured with electric shocks. He's got nothing on him, but maybe I can use his dog tags. Those are Solitow's dog tags. Rank Private First Class, service number 31545.
A 5.
3, 1, 5, 4, 5. And will the lock open now?
Hey, easy when you know the right combination.
There's something in it. An entry card. That must be the one that I should have got from Solitow. My new name is already on it. Nina Perkova. My traveling permit. I could get used to my new name, Nina Perkova, but never to the photo.
Well then, up you go, and welcome aboard the MS Boredom, on its way to the end of the world.
Damn, the train is leaving. What am I going to do now? I still haven't found any clues telling whether my father is on board or not. On the other hand, if I don't continue the search, I'll never find out. And I don't have any real alternative either, do I?
Let's hope that will turn out right.
Have you found him?
Not yet, but we're following some concrete clues.
That is unsatisfactory. We are running out of time. The project must begin as planned.
A few problems have surfaced in the little Kalenkov.
Don't bore me with details. You don't mean to tell me that you can't handle a couple of amateurs, do you?
No, I...
Good. Then you know what you have to do.
He talked himself to sleep, a talent that too few people have. Just in time, too. That senseless twaddle was driving me around the bend. People who tell you all about their digestive problems are not the most pleasant folk to share a conversation with. But when they also start to tell you about the effects of the recently enjoyed castor oil, now I can have a little look around in peace. The landscape around here all looks so miserable and dreary. It's difficult. 2 machine guns. They are secured with snap locks. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to start anything with a whole army. Only 25 watts. You're not very bright, are you? It seems to be a strategic map of the Tunguska region. The arrows look like the movement of troops, but I might also be wrong. I can't reach it without waking the guy. When he's asleep, he looks really... I'd better not wake him. He told me he sat in prison for 15 years for manslaughter, because some idiot woke him for something quite trivial. I don't know if it's true, but I am not going to test it. I should put the light bulb back into the lamp first. Quite a bright idea, really. I should put the light bulb back into the lamp first. A water tap. I don't want to wash my hands at the moment. It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here. I always thought you couldn't tell if an egg was fresh or not just by looking at it. I have just changed my mind. In you go. It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here. I'm sure that will be delicious. Or not delicious. Not much water goes into the bottle, but it's better than nothing. Doesn't matter what else I throw in, it's not going to get any better. If I see properly, today's stodgy could prove to have a certain similarity with jam. I always thought you couldn't tell. A 3-month-old duty rota. The catering list for the week. Today is potato soup. Delicious. If I see properly today... Oh, there are the first scientists already. Maybe I can get some information here. However, I should not ask too directly about my father, so that no one becomes suspicious. I have no idea what one can do with that thing. One of the samples that gets... As long as the scientists are in the room, I'd better not touch anything important looking. Hello. May I interrupt for a moment?
Psst. Not so loud. Dr. Lesniak is working and is really concentrating. We really shouldn't disturb him. Plus, he's in a pretty bad mood.
What happened? Why is the doctor in such a bad mood?
He's under a lot of stress. We are working on a test series, and Professor Sidorkin wants results as quickly as possible.
I understand. And this Professor Sidorkin gets very angry if he doesn't get results quick enough?
Well, he's okay. But Dr. Lesniak is unbelievably ambitious and naturally tries to finish as soon as possible. And when the doctor is stressed out and doesn't have bread and jam, he can become quite unpleasant.
Bread and jam?
Yes, it sounds strange, I know. But he apparently needs it to reduce his stress. Other people beat the heck out of a sandbag. He eats bread and jam.
Well, we all have our own ways and means to deal with difficult situations. And if he gets bread and jam, he gets a bit more sociable?
Yes, it helps. Unfortunately, he accidentally dropped his glass jar on the train platform. And there's no jam here on the train. I've looked everywhere.
I'll be on my way then.
That would be great. Working with him when he is in...
There are chemical formulae written on it. If I had paid... I paid a bit of attention in physics, and I know that electricity comes out of there. I'm not putting my fingers in there. White bread. It's so fresh and soft that it almost falls apart just by looking at it. Surely I can take one slice. Well, what do you know? I should really take part in a cooking competition. I've got something here for you. Perhaps it will help improve your mood.
This is for me?
Yes, you do like bread and jam, don't you? I made it myself, just for you.
I thank you very, very much. Very interesting. You said you made it yourself. Yes, very interesting and very delicious. Thank you. I really needed it. I'm feeling much better already.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. Has it helped your mood a little?
Yes, I owe you one. If I can ever return the favor.
Then I'll get back to you. Maybe sooner than you think.
Anytime.
Dr. Lesniak, in an extremely good mood. Hello. Are the good mood and the ability to concentrate back in gear?
Yep, I'm doing much better. I know that this obsession with bread and jam doesn't exactly speak well for a reputable scientist. It's just one of my quirks. I simply need it now and then.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have our weaknesses. Also, when some have a huge screw loose. What exactly do you do here?
We are studying the regenerative capabilities of certain plants.
Sounds very interesting. How does that work?
The study?
Yes.
We'll both be old and gray by the time I've explained it. Please don't misunderstand me. I don't think you are stupid. But you can't explain it in 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. You're probably right. Would it disturb you very much if I watched you working? I find all of that absolutely fascinating. I also promise not to ask too many stupid questions and not to interrupt.
All right, but don't touch anything. And if you have any questions, I'm sure Alexei will be happy to explain it to you.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Are you the only scientists on board this train?
No, not as far as I know. Apparently there are a few on board, but the compartments are separated from one another, and the doors are being guarded by soldiers. That's too bad. It would have been interesting to discuss research results among yourselves. Well, hopefully we'll have enough time for that later.
You have no idea which of your other colleagues are on the train?
No. The only person who has a complete list of the scientists and scientific researchers is Professor Sidorkin.
I'll have to get my hands on this list. Then I'll know for sure if Dad is on the train or not, and exactly where I can find him. Who is this Sidorkin?
Professor Sidorkin? He is my direct superior and the scientific director of the biologists. You don't know him? He's an absolute genius in his field. There's hardly anyone who knows more than he does in the field of molecular biology.
Oh, that must have passed me by. Do you think I could talk with him for a moment?
He's right next door. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him right now. He's under a lot of stress and is extremely irritable. And when I say extremely irritable, I mean even more irritable than me when I have to go 2 weeks without bread and jam.
Wow, that bad. Then I'll be careful. Why is he so irritable?
There are a few problems, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to go back to work now. You'll excuse me.
If I promise not to stand in the way and not to ask too many stupid...
Sure, but don't touch anything.
I have no idea... one of the samples that gets analyzed here. As long as the scientists...
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption. Can I speak to you for a moment?
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough in his experiments, no.
But...
the train can blow up for all I care. I don't want to be disturbed.
it's really...
No!
100-watt bulb. That's a bit of healthy competition for the sun. The door is secured with a huge padlock. If I switch on the light, the nice gentleman there may wake up. I'd better be very careful of him.
Which dumbass turned the light on? If I find out, I'll probably get another 15 years in the slammer.
Oh well, he'll definitely calm down soon. At least, I hope he will. So, I've got the bottle of castor oil. His dirty books and his smelly underwear I will very generously leave where it is. I think I can say in all confidence that this will be a devastating success. Well, I'm sure that owner will be able to spare it. I have just realized that I haven't eaten for ages. I should be careful that I don't inadvertently bite into that.
Another bread and jam just for me. That's almost too much of a good thing. Thank you. Oh, I'm not feeling so well. I must have swallowed the jam and bread a little too quickly. Alexei, please continue working here and tell Sidorkin as soon as you have the right result. I've got to go somewhere and fast. Very fast.
Phew, that was close. I have only just saved humanity from the terrible Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, thank you very much. Working with him is now so much more relaxed. I owe you one. So if you have any questions, I unfortunately can't tell you everything. I hope you understand that.
Of course. I'm happy that I can see your work at all. A soldier who interests herself for science, that's not a daily occurrence, is it?
No, and certainly not someone as pretty as you.
Oh, thank you. What you're doing here looks incredibly complicated.
Really? It's actually quite simple. These plant samples were exposed to radiation that is very similar to the radiation in the Tunguska region. At first, the doses were kept rather low, and were then continually increased. I exposed the samples in that device over there to a flame with a constant temperature, and see what remains from the plant.
You burn plants?
Yes, you could say that. We are trying to determine which dosage of radiation no longer leads to the complete deterioration of the cell structure.
Wow, I even understood that.
Well, I deliberately left out 2/3 of the explanations.
Wonderful. Once in my life, I'm proud of my scientific abilities, and you blow the whole illusion apart.
I'm sorry.
What exactly will you be doing at our destination?
You mean in the research station?
Yes, exactly. There. Scientific assistants also seem to be easy to question on an international level. So, it has to do with the research station. Maybe I can squeeze an odd secret or two out of him. What exactly is your task at the station?
Unfortunately, I can't tell you that. Otherwise, the station wouldn't be a secret.
So, it's secret, is it? Very good. Come on, boy, tell me more. Yes, I understand, but perhaps you can tell me something which isn't quite so secret. I have unfortunately little idea about biology and chemistry, but it certainly is fascinating, isn't it?
I can only talk about what Dr. Lesniak and I are supposed to be doing there.
Sure.
A long time ago, they discovered that the plants in the region exhibit abnormal plant growth. It isn't a secret. It was all over the newspapers.
Yes, of course.
And now we are trying to influence this growth in a controlled manner.
Fascinating. And what is the goal?
Unfortunately, I can't say. But imagine if we could arbitrarily manipulate the growth of plants. That would solve the problem of world hunger in one fell swoop.
Wow, that really does sound like a huge goal.
Indeed.
What I wanted to ask you was...
Just a minute. If you can pester me with questions, then I can too.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's nothing personal. So, why have so many soldiers been brought into a prohibited zone?
Prohibited zone?
Yes, in the research station and everything. I mean, with the materials and all the people here, you could wage a small war.
Yes, well, I'm not allowed to talk about that. You scientists have your instructions, and unfortunately, we have ours.
Ah, I understand. I willingly tell you everything about our experiments, and I have one little question and get an answer like that.
I'm sorry. I would love to tell you everything I know, but that is very little anyway. It's nothing personal, but what I do know is top secret.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll be off then.
Okay, see you later.
As long as the science... I always thought you couldn't...
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption.
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough in his...
But...
The train can...
It's really...
No!
not putting my fingers in there. It's bad for my hairdo. A little liquid should be enough. It would look a little suspect if everything here were underwater.
Damn, why do the fuses have to choose to blow now? I have to go replace the fuses. Could you watch to make sure no one touches anything?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
I'll take very special care that nobody touches a thing in here, apart from my good self. One of the samples that gets analyzed here. The assistant's table. I don't know anything about them. That reminds me of my The assistant's table. I have no idea what... I'll take the sample out of the glass. I have no idea what sort of plant this is from. I'll take the sample out of the glass.
Yeah? As long as Dr. Lesniak...
But...
The tree?
It's...
No!
I'll take the sample. I'll take the sample. That's... That's the plant that I took out of one of the sample jars. I have no idea what sort of plant this is from. It's full of normal drinking water. I had better not wake that guy again, otherwise he'll get really mad. They are secured with snap locks. That reminds me of my I don't know anything about those. I'd better keep my fingers to myself. I'm not putting my There are chemical formulae written on it. If I had... Big time white bread robbery. I can see the headlines now. No, I don't know any fence who will take it off me, and apart from that, the black market prices are at rock bottom. White bread. It's so fresh and soft that it almost falls apart just by looking at it. One of the samples that gets analyzed here. I don't know anything. White bread. Locked. The door is secured with a huge padlock. I have no... I'll take the sample out of the glass. I'll take the sample out of the glass. I'll take the sample out of the glass. Only 25 watts. You're not very bright, are you? It's big and I don't need it, so... One spoon of that would probably be enough to keep an adult in the bathroom. A water tap. The assistant's table.
Yeah?
Excuse it,
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough,
but
the train can...
it's really...
No!
The assistant's table. I have no idea... I had better not wake... The assistant's table. I don't know anything about those. I'd better keep my fingers to myself. I have no idea what sort of plant this is from. I'll take the sample out of the glass. What am I going to do with it? I'll just put one inside the other. I can't think of anything else spontaneously.
So hopefully the fuse doesn't blow on me again right away. And in the meantime, I really doubt if I will ever get any surprising results here. What? That can't be! Really? The sample didn't burn up completely? You can see that with the naked eye! I don't even need to do an analysis! I have to tell Dr. Lesniak! And maybe even Professor Sidorkin. This could actually be the big breakthrough! And I had almost stopped believing it would ever happen!
And you are absolutely sure that all the test conditions were controlled and complied with?
I always took random samples and rechecked everything. And I would put my hand into the fire to confirm Alexei's competence. I've worked with him for many years now.
So you performed the experiments. Did you notice anything different?
What kind of difference?
We have to check everything exactly. If the results are correct, it's a sensation. But if we register it as a sensation, and we've made a mistake, then the most we'll get afterward is a job in a natural history museum. So go through everything again slowly. We should look at the analysis together.
I only hope that we didn't miss anything. If the result is really correct, we'll go down in history.
The gentlemen are certainly very enthusiastic about their discovery. I should use this chance to have a look around Sidorkin's office. There won't be much time until this Sidorkin comes back. I'll have a look around his desk first. Maybe I'll find the passenger list at least. The drawer is secured with a very simple, but unfortunately, a very effective lock. It's huge! That's not normal. That must be genetically engineered. Tunguska Project. Error analysis is written on these files. 2000 to 2003 at the top, and at the bottom it begins with 2004. There's not very much I can do with these in the time I have. The piece of paper reads, "Place all documents in the safe each time you leave the room. Signed, W.I.L." If this safe has the employee list in it, then I should have a better look around here. Maybe I can find out exactly what is going on in Tunguska and what Daddy's got to do with it. Some kind of scientific report about molecular biology. It's near. The documents are entitled Security Risks and Acute Threats to the Tunguska Project. I'll have a look at that, please. If I understand this correctly, in the last few years, several attacks have been carried out on official and secret research facilities. Documents were partly destroyed, but the culprits also do not seem to shy away from bomb attacks and arson either. Eyewitnesses report seeing men in black robes. It has not been possible for the authorities to capture any of the perpetrators. Then the Secret Service FSB was entrusted with this matter, but has not been able to produce any solid results in their investigations. The assumption that this is the work of political terrorists could not be confirmed. That the attacks are being carried out by a religiously motivated sect is also being considered. I wonder if they are the same men in black robes that Eddie apparently saw and was babbling about. If all that's true, then Daddy has got bigger problems than I feared.
I thought so. The little toad is a snoop. I noticed you in Moscow at the train station, and not in a good way. Toads remain toads, even when they are wearing clothes. But don't worry, we're going to take care of you now.
What is Kensky doing here in the middle of the night? Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a really bad feeling about him. I should definitely make sure he doesn't catch me. He probably hasn't forgotten the big bump on the back of his head yet. Finally, an answer to my question. I'm curious to see what my Irish colleague has found out.
Hi, Max. It took a little while.
but the information you wanted wasn't so easy to get. It was a good thing you sent me the original letter, but I'll tell you more later. For starters, let's talk about the Irish company and the letterhead. This company used to belong to a man named Ken Morangi, and had something to do with plant fertilizer. The company was suddenly closed down, even though business was going pretty good. I unfortunately couldn't find out anything more about it either. Since then, Morangi lives like a hermit on a small island on the coast of Ireland. I've attached a map along with the mail. But now to an even more interesting story. I took a closer look at the letter you sent me. It isn't as empty as it looks at first glance. It apparently uses some kind of invisible ink. Not very imaginative, but it's apparently sufficient enough for people like you. Here are the contents of the letter. I hope you can understand it. Hello, Vladimir. Receive the documents. Copy is underway. We still have to settle the question of the handover. Ken. P.S. The whiskey is still waiting.
Wow, that sure does sound mysterious. Maybe this Morangi knows something that could help us. I'd better tell Nina. I wonder what she's doing right now. Hopefully she's doing okay. I'm really worried about her.
Damn. It is not my day today. First I sit with a bowel-sick psychopath in a train compartment, and now with a rabid dog. I've got to get out of here again quickly. As soon as we reach the next bigger village, they want to hand me over to the authorities. That would be the end of my search, and probably the end of me. The dog seems to prefer the left half of the cage.